Guys, this is Rosa from Rosa's Resources. I came on here to make a real quick video for you guys about crying, about purging, because that's exactly what crying is purging. Some people punch the wall, some people choose to cry. Which one do you think is safer? Some people have anger issues, so they cry when they're angry. They cry for a multitude of different things. People cry when they're happy. They cry when they're sad. Cry when they lose someone. Just cry for a bunch of reasons. Cry for being overwhelmed. Just cry. It's okay to cry. And when you by yourself, have a good bawl. You know, bawl your ball. Have a good bawling. You know, but bawl by yourself. Bawl out to God. It's a-okay. But if you have to cry, you cry. You know, this morning, as I was sipping my coffee, I saw one of my my narcissistic relationship friend, and you know, we were talking about the relationship, and I started shedding some tears. You know, just like tears started coming down. And then he used the expression, be strong. He wouldn't even know how strong I am to go through the valleys that I did after 25 years of you know, going through this marriage that ended so abruptly, you know, with violence and emotional abuse, physical abuse, psychologically abuse, all type of abuse. I have to worry about my child. You know what I mean? I have to push through, even though sometimes I feel like giving up. So I just came here. I don't know who this message is for, but guys, cry. I think in the society, people are just so hardened. You know, soften your heart a little bit, guys. It's okay. Everybody can't be. The thing about it is, everybody wants to be so hardcore, flexing, but behind closed door they're crying. You know, listen, it's okay. Everybody don't have to be thugs. You know what I mean? And even thugs cry. It's okay. Okay to cry. Purge your soul, guys. When you cry, you purge and you feel stronger. You know? So I just came on here to tell you guys, and I really hate when people tell boys not to cry, because they got feelings as well. They should cry. If they hurt, they should cry. That's another thing. Like, you know, like I said, some women punch walls when they're upset. You know, that's a sign of abuse, guys. Having anger inside and don't know how to, you know, like, get it out. So you punch walls, you kick, you hit people. Go to the gym and kickbox. Go to the gym. It's healthy ways to do things, to get the anger out, you know. So, like I said, you cry for anger, you cry for happiness, guys. I see people beating kids when they cry. That's horrible. That's a horrible message you send into your child. You know, how to contain their feelings. It's not okay to show emotions. That's a bad message you send into your kid. You know, hence when they grow up and have a relationship, they can't even bond with their partner. This comes from childhood, guys. You know, so if you have your family, you know, and you've been in an abusive relationship, told not to cry, told to contain your feelings, and then now when you're in a relationship, you can't even get intimate with your partner because you don't know how to show your feelings. That is a problem. Like I said, most of our adult problems come from childhood. And we got to get healing. We got to get healing for our soul, which is why I don't mind bawling. I wish I could bawl right now. Okay? Right in front of all of you guys. It's okay to bawl. Cry, guys. Cry. Husband and wife, cry together. Cry with your kids. Cry. Express yourself. It's okay. I mean, you show everything else. You show the anger by being physically violent. Why not cry? It's okay. Let me tell you one thing before I go, guys. As we're talking about crying and anger and, you know, outlets. So yesterday I was sitting in the park, right? I seen 4 children. I was watching them for a long time. These kids were about anywhere from 12 to 16 years old. Let's go into it, guys. It was 3 Spanish little boys and 1 black boy. Race really shouldn't matter. But they were taunting this little African American boy. I sat there for a little while. And the thing about it is, I know a lot of adults, they don't get involved. But I'm from the old school, you know, where it takes a community. Where if something was happening to your child or somebody else's child, the neighborhood would look out for them. I think that's a lot of times what's missing from the society. So as I sat there and watched, I went over, because I knew the kids, you know, and I said to one of the kids, why would you they throw the little boy's bike down the stairs, they slapped him in his face, all 3 of them took turns. And I said, wow, this is a great case of bullying. And I told the little boy, that little black boy, I said, listen, whether you're scared or not, you better fight. I don't care if you get beat up, because that's what they want. They want to fight. And until they get that, they're not going to stop harassing you every time you come outside. You know, I told them, pick up the little boy's bike. No, you don't go get it. Pick up the little boy's bike. Give it back to him. You got to talk to these kids respectfully when you go and talk to them. So he said, the Spanish boys explained to me that's their friends. I said, well, if that's your friend and you treat him like that, I wouldn't want to see how you treat your enemies. I said, you don't treat your friends like that, because a lot of times you see abuse in the household. So maybe you think that's normal, but it's not normal. It's abuse. And you could look in a younger person and see the abusive behavior. You could see what's going on in the household from so young. If you observe the way people carry themselves, the way they act, the way they treat people, you can see it in a young child. You know, so I just explained to him in a loving way, you know, that no matter what, God is watching. You might think nobody's watching. I said, these punk ass adults out here, they're not getting involved, but I'm not no punk adult. I'm going to tell you, that's not right what you're doing. You know, so he looked at me, he apologized, and I told the little boy, get on your bike, ride your bike, and you're going to leave this little kid alone. Now, maybe tomorrow when he come out, they're going to do it to him again. But like I told him, until he fights, they're going to harass him every day, because I know about bullies. That's how come I conquer bullies. I love bullies. Okay, I conquer bullies, because when I was going to school, I didn't want to fight. Until I didn't know I had the strength, you know what I mean? Until I beat up the bully, and the bully was being my friend. They just wanted to be my friend. You know, I don't like bullies, guys. But that just came into the whole play of like crying, and sometimes the kids go home, they don't have nobody to talk to. You know, the kids go home, want to talk to their parents that probably was so tired, just came from work, going through whatever they're going through. They shun the kid. They don't want to talk to the kid. Listen, guys, it's a rough world out here for these kids. Okay? You gotta talk to your kids. That's a whole nother aspect of this conversation. Just talk to your kids, guys. Hug your kids, love your kids, and when they do something wrong, tell them it's absolutely incorrect. But the first example come from you. All right? They're watching you, guys. Okay? You might think when you think they're not watching you, they watch you the most. Be a good example to your children. Husbands, do not abuse your wives. Wives, don't abuse your husbands and your kids. Speak nicely to your household. Because guess what? It starts from in the home. And when you are abusive in the household, the kids go outside, your husband, yourself go outside and abuse others. Because everything starts in the household. I'm going to go, guys. Comment, share on here. You could also leave your bullying or your crying comments. I really would appreciate it. This is just really random, guys. A random thought that I'm having. As per my conversation and experience this week, I just really wanted to say, crying is a good thing. Purge your soul.